Hello! Today's Pokemon review is on Vaporeon. This is the battle figure by Wicked Cool Toys, and it does have articulation in its legs. Now, I wasn't too excited to be getting another Vaporeon figure because there's already a ton of stuff out there for him, but he sells well, so it's an easy choice to make. Now on the back we see the other figures released alongside Vaporeon, including a Jolteon and Flareon, which I reviewed in my last video. It also comes with a leaflet that shows other Pokemon lines, including the battle feature figures and the epic figures, all of which I have reviewed, so go check those videos out. And if you don't want to miss out on my Pokemon toy reviews, make sure to hit that subscribe button now. Let's have a more detailed look at Vaporeon with a 360-degree spin. First impressions are, I really like the Vaporeon figure. I think the thing that stands out the most is the angle of the tail. It's in an excellent position, and I've never seen a Vaporeon with a tail in that position before, so it looks really good. The face sculpt is also very nice. I love the open mouth expression, which puts the figure in a battle stance, so I really like that as well. In terms of articulation, there are only 4 points of articulation on this figure. The back leg does go around a full 360 degrees, but you have to force it past the first leg, and the same goes for the opposite back leg. And the front leg goes up this much, so you can have it in a lying down position, and that's about all the articulation you get. Now, I did try to see if there was articulation in the head, but there definitely isn't. I tried to turn it around and I nearly took the head off, but I found in the end that there is definitely no articulation in the head. There's also no articulation in the tail, although I don't think you need any articulation in the tail because in my opinion the position that it's in is perfect as it is. The paintwork on this figure could have been better. As you can see in the ear area here, it's not as clean as it could be, but you can only see that if you get up really close. Overall, the rest of the figure is pretty cleanly painted, and it's really nicely painted in the areas that matter, such as the face, the eye area and the mouth area is really nicely painted, and they added the back paws, which shows good attention to detail. But the main thing I like about this figure is the sculpt of the tail. Now, the main thing about this tail is the angle that it's in looks amazing, and the body and the tail are just one piece, so that means there's no seam lines, and no seam lines means it looks beautiful. The face is also moulded very nicely on this figure. I really like the proportion of the fins, the big eyes and the open mouth expression. They all work very well. Comparing with the Tomy figure, the first thing you notice is the colour palette on both figures are pretty much identical. If there was a slight difference, I'd say the Wicked Cool Toys was using a slightly darker shade of colour to Tomy. You also notice that the Wicked Cool Toys is slightly larger than the Tomy figure. The other major difference is in the stance. The Wicked Cool Toys is in a battle ready stance, whereas the Tomy toy is in more of a neutral stance. And the other major big difference is the position of the tail, where the Wicked Cool Toys tail is in a much higher position than the Tomy one, and in my opinion a much better position. The other difference is the Tomy figure has one extra point of articulation in its head, so you can pose the Tomy figure in a lot more positions than the Wicked Cool Toys figure, where the head will always be in that static position. In terms of the faces, you can see the face sculpts are very different on both figures. There's a open mouth expression on the Wicked Cool Toys compared to the closed mouth on the Tomy. You could definitely see a difference in the sculpt between both figures. There's a greater amount of detail on the sculpt of the Wicked Cool Toys compared to the Tomy. You can see that in the bump of the nose and the contours around the eyes, whereas the Tomy one is more of a smooth figure. There's also a difference in the size of the fins. You can see the ear fins are bigger on the Wicked Cool Toys, whereas the round white fin is bigger on the Tomy toy. I saw a really good post on 4chan about the differences between these two. The Wicked Cool Toys version is much more closer to the Pokemon model, whereas the Tomy figure looks like it's from the Littlest Pet Shop, which is saying that Tomy went for a cute look, whereas Wicked Cool Toys went for the detailed look. The other major difference is in the tails. Like I said before, the Wicked Cool Toys body and tail are one piece, which means there's no ugly seam line connecting them together, whereas on the Tomy figure you can see the tail is a separate piece to the body, and therefore you get this really ugly seam line on it. If I had to choose between the two, I think it's a very easy choice. I would go for the Wicked Cool Toys. It has a better face sculpt, it has a better stance, it has a better tail position, and it's slightly bigger. The only thing going for the Tomy figure is it has one extra point of articulation in its head, but that's still not enough to overcome all the great features of the Wicked Cool Toys figure. In terms of height, the Vaporeon figure stands at 2 to 2.5 inches tall to the head and about 3 3/4 inches tall to the back of the tail. Vaporeon is also 1.5 inches wide, but if you include the ears then it can go to about 2.5 inches. And from the front of the face to the back of the tail is about 3 inches in depth. Final thoughts are, I really like this Vaporeon figure. This is the first Wicked Cool Toys figure that I think is better than its Tomy counterpart. So I highly recommend you pick it up if you're a Vaporeon fan or if you're an Eeveelutions fan. It's definitely a great addition to your Pokemon collection. Next up, I will be reviewing the Jolteon figure by Wicked Cool Toys and comparing it to its Tomy counterpart. So if you don't want to miss out on that video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you liked that video, hit the thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more Pokemon toy reviews, hit that subscribe button now. Now go back and watch all my other videos, and I will see you all next time. Bye!